People argue when the government spends a lot of money and borrows a lot of money, it's inflationary. That is not true. The initial effect of spending is inflationary, but the long-term effect is deflationary. Look at China. They've been borrowing far more money than we have. And as you know, they're not trying to fight a deflationary spiral. Same story, excuse me, in China, when the Fed tried to lower rates to get out of the mini depression, you can call it. Inflation didn't take off due to the fact that outstanding government debt. So I really think the risk is disinflation or deflation, and it's just logical. The more debt a person has outstanding, the less likely he's able to continue spending the way he has. And it's a fallacy to say that the government prints money. President doesn't print money. The government, the Federal Reserve, lends money to the Treasury. The Treasury must pay it back. If they will forgive the Treasury loans, that will be hyperinflationary. But at this point, they still lend money, and the government still has to pay it back. The Federal Reserve is still showing losses. They ultimately have to. They can't pay the Treasury any of their profit balances because there aren't any profits. So no, I think the risk is deflationary, disinflationary at this point, definitely.
So here, I think this is the chart you're referring to. So China's nominal GDP 3-year rate of change has been going down over the last couple of decades, and then the private domestic non-financial debt as a percentage of GDP has been rising.
Right,
Um,
right. As debt
coincidentally, with the
rises, that's the chart of GDP. I also have a chart of inflation. It might be on page 2 in the next page.
yeah,
Which
the
is
China inflation chart
courtesy
here.
of Ned Davis Research. This chart shows that they're in a disinflationary period. The solid line is CPI. So you can see the CPI was as high as 8.5% per annum in 2007, as high as 5% in 2019, and now it's currently 0.4%, but it was negative for a short period of time, despite the fact that debts in China are increasing. The reason people think that when the government borrows, it's inflationary is because they think we're in a banana republic and the Federal Reserve has no responsibility and all they will do is print and forgive debts. We are the world's reserve currency, and no Federal Reserve chairman in his right mind will allow our country to create hyperinflation or even strong inflation. They're all going to fight it. Now, sometimes they don't know how to fight it. Arthur Burns didn't know how to fight it, but Paul Volcker did. It seems that Jay Powell knows how to fight inflation, and if they're going to fight inflation caused by the increase in government debts, you're not going to see increasing inflation. That's just my view. I think it's pretty correct. And I think there's really no logic in arguing that the more government borrows, the more there's inflation. Just the opposite.